Welcome back, everybody. Episode 42. And we're sitting here trying to come up with a player that's relevant that wears 42 in the NHL.
Because that's a camp number.
It is a camp.
Right.
Joel Ward.
Well,
Relevant.
yeah. Mike.
Sorry, Joel.
It's the biggest name player at 42. It's got to be.
Exactly. Well,
You said Bozak, though.
Didn't Bozak wear 42?
He might have. I don't know.
I don't even
What
know
number
who wears
was
42.
Wilson wear?
Tom Wilson?
Yeah.
He's 43.
43.
Oh, shit. We got somebody for next episode
Yeah,
then.
there you go.
Because he's relevant.
He is very relevant.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think he should be on Team Canada.
Isn't Gosses Bear 43 too?
Who?
Maybe.
Gosses Bear?
Who's
Okay.
that?
Defenseman? He's drafted by Philly.
I don't know.
He was really good. I was
Won
I was
a
in
national
Philly.
championship
I
with
was one
Union.
Union.
Wow,
Yeah.
you guys
I was in
watch
Philly
way
his
too
rookie
much.
year, and he was special.
News out of Philly
Then-
yesterday.
Yeah.
No, Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
Same shit. Different day.
Maybe Jimmy have time to come on our show.
Maybe he should be.
Can you get him
he,
on?
he might have time now.
Oh, I can ask. Sure.
He'll get paid to be on the show.
Yeah, man. Free tickets.
No, like he's
Riding the razor.
He's
bro.
already getting paid.
no
to be on the
Boston's
show.
Boston's paying him still.
Well, I'll give him free ride. I'll give him a virtual ride in the razor.
I know.
We're talking about Jim Montgomery.
the body's not cold, so
Yeah,
I was going to send him a text last night.
Probably
He's like,
lay
he doesn't
off.
want to. Yeah, he
It's
doesn't.
not like he's watching this podcast.
Like when me and Mikey sat around yesterday afternoon and had a nice chat, and I don't know in the world how many people experience being fired and
Never.
still getting paid. You're upset when you get fired because you don't know what's coming next.
Right.
But when you get paid for 8 months,
You got a little bit of time.
who cares?
Yeah, 2 sheets.
You know what I mean?
So
Like,
so does he? If he, whatever, signs a deal with another club, does he still get his contract?
no.
No,
It's
that
done,
is,
right?
Yeah.
I'd sit on it till the summer.
Well, of course, right? Because like,
I don't think anybody's going to hire midway unless they gas somebody else.
Wait for the right job to open up.
Yeah.
well, the fact that they have 3 guys that have been in finalists for the Jack Adams Award, the last 3 winners of the Jack Adams Award, the last 3 years have all been fired.
Yep.
So
And
that's smart.
It doesn't matter what you did; it's what you do.
He's 100 and what?
It
What
was-
did you say it was 170, 40, and
184.
he's got
and
41
41.
regulation losses in his career.
Yeah.
Jim Montgomery
No, with Boston.
with Boston.
Yeah, 184 and 41 with us. It was like a 0.72 something.
I wonder if
win
there's
percentage.
any underlying.
He's getting another job, and
Oh,
so he
yeah.
should. He's a hell of a hockey coach. He's a wonderful dude.
Didn't they win the President's Trophy last year?
Year before, I think.
Year before?
Yeah, he's going to land on his feet, no problem.
Yeah.
You know. But
Doesn't
anyway,
matter where.
yeah, man. Like once it cools off a bit, see if he wants to jump on.
I'd like to see. Me and Mikey talking about
This
I-
podcast could probably help his career. Just throwing that out there.
If he's looking for some volunteer work, we could probably use a advisor to the coaches around here.
Well, I've thought about the same thing because maybe to get my shit straight, right? Like,
Anyway, speaking about shit straight, coming off 2 positive wins this weekend.
Yes.
That was a really nice pivot.
Yeah, I'm usually good at it.
That was good.
Look at the, I have
what
to.
kind
be
of
with
pivot?
you
That kind of
bozos.
pivot on the thing, or the one where you had to skate left to right?
No,
No, I didn't do
back.
pivots.
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't
stop.
there.
It was
No.
it wasn't even a tight turn. It was more of
Like an 18-wheeler turn.
The only time-
from board to board.
Yeah,
side-
there you go. There you go.
Well, when you hover around mid, red line to the far end in the offensive zone, you don't really have to skate.
Yeah, it was
It's gotta be high and hard.
It was Mikey was with us this weekend, so Mikey, which was great. Got to hang out all weekend. Get to know each other a little better, which is awesome. Very helpful.
Wow.
And we were not very good in the first 20 minutes
not
on
thick.
Friday night. Had a come to Jesus meeting in the first period. I then thought we got better. Not something that I like to do. I think it's a little much at that time of the day or the game. And then came in and had a real come to Jesus meeting on Saturday. And I thought that they stuck to the process through.
They responded well.
On Saturday. They were. I was really happy for Ryder. It was certainly the best game he played, not because he scored, 2 great goals, but he's giving himself an opportunity to score those goals, and that's what we've been waiting for.
Both of them were really nice.
Yes.
I like the second one was good, but they were both really, really, and big goals.
Yes, huge goals.
Huge goals.
And he's got to be feeling better. It certainly puts a little spring in his step, but we stuck to the process. I turned to Mikey with about 4.5 to go. I thought they were putting a little pressure on us, and I just turned to Mikey and a whistle. I said, "Timeout." He goes, "Yes," and we to try to settle him in. But other than that little reminder, I really thought their focus for the most part was pretty good, and so the week's been okay. I mean, even today was good. Most part, we were only 80 minutes today. So it was, yeah.
No, it was a positive weekend, like all around.
Yeah.
Friday night was it 4-1?
Yeah,
4-1.
4-1.
And I guess it probably was a 4-1 game. When you look at it, Saturday was certainly greater than a 2-1.
Yeah, we were better.
You know what I mean? Like it was. I don't know what the shots were, but it just all around, like it was constant pressure in the ozone. Defensively, guys were good. They weren't getting too many grade A's.
No.
First period on Saturday was the best weekend they played.
First period on Friday was the shits.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It was bad. And I did the radio on Friday night, and you guys know, like, armchair quarterback, wherever you sit, if you're not on the bench or a player, right? So when you sit up high, like, it's been a long time since I've done that, and man, there was a lot of things that I saw that I was like, holy shit.
That's not good.
You know what I mean? Especially that first period. And, I think you and I have had that conversation, but, it was an eye-opener to me on certain things, because when your ice level behind the bench, like where we are all the time, you don't get to see plays develop.
nothing develop.
It's just, it's
You don't
whatever.
see the details of the game.
Not at all.
That help
Sit
you
up
win and
high,
lose.
you get to see a lot more, and I guess that's why all the scouts are sitting up high.
Yeah.
But anyway, first period Friday night was a shits, and guys come around second and third, and we 4-1 win. It was great. And then Saturday was really, really impressive from the get-go till the end, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought so too. The first period, like, the forecheck was buzzing. The placements were good. Like,
The body, like AJ Reed, I don't know if he's played a better game in his junior career.
You know what?
On Saturday
I was going to
night.
say that. I know you and I were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
But that might have been his best game here.
Man, he was flying, banging, like just a pecker out there,
Yeah.
It was great
But
to
he's
see.
such a man. Like
He is.
Oh, God.
like he's like beast mode. Right?
Mhm.
Like he's like those guys that just don't know how strong they are and the impact that they can have by being first.
Yeah.
And he
And he's a good player.
What a
Like,
big boy.
it just like his details, like
Yeah.
he was banging, like he was just laying his heavy body. And he's a big boy and a strong boy, and he was just crushing guys.
yeah, and he's reliable.
Not just him though, because there was a lot of guys throwing weight.
He's reliable defensively too. Like, late in the game, he was using them. Tie game, 4-on-4. AJ's not the guy that you're putting out there to score the goal necessarily, but to take care of the
Oh, yeah.
make sure it
details.
doesn't go in your net.
Yeah, but I would think that was probably one of his at least top 3 or 4 games of his
Yeah.
Rhino career here.
Yeah, 100%.
My opinion.
Yeah, 100%. I'm happy for him.
Like, I remember when he came into training camp year 1 when we were here doing the physicals over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if he pulled a shoe, but he was hurt, and then just getting his body back into shape and losing some pounds into where he is now. Man.
Well, it's funny. AJ,
Awesome, AJ.
I thought AJ played for me for 10 games and he had 8 points as 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then 2 here, and then now obviously this is the 3rd here. And I think the 3 of us expect more from him.
Yeah.
And I say this respectfully, but we expect more from him than he expects from himself. And that's always been what the conversations that him and I have had over the last couple of years, that I think he's a way better player than he gives himself credit for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's more there. Like, but he's the kid that sits at the back of the classroom because he just wants to be out of people's way. He wants to just go about his business, and you leave him alone, and like the sleeping giant, just leave him alone, and I'm trying to get AJ to the front of the classroom to say, why don't you lead this instead of being that guy. And he's a great kid. Him and I are extremely close. I got a lot of respect for him. But there's a lot there that he's not giving himself. I mean, we could say, okay, he's not giving us, but there's a lot there that he's not giving himself, and he owes it to himself, because I think that he could do something with that body and his ability that I'm not sure he will. But that's entirely the conversation him and I have, that, hey, this is up to you. You want to go do it? Go do it.
Yeah.
You don't, then hey, it's
you can
okay
lead,
too.
You can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink
Yeah,
it.
you make him drink it. So.
Mike, what was your thoughts on being on the bench?
It was fun. I thought, obviously stepping in at the time that I did, there's a little bit of frustration with where the team was at, and so I kind of walked into a little bit of a storm. But it was cool to see it kind of see.
Oh, it was fun, eh?
Yeah, kind of see the guys work through it, right? And what are you talking about? Sticking to the process and working through it, and it's funny and ironic how the way the game goes. But best period on Saturday is the first, and you go in down 0-1, and all of a sudden it's like that's when the guys start want to squeeze it, right? It's like, well, we did what he said, and it ain't working. It's like, no, just ride it out and stick to it, because the way this system works is you're going to wear them down, and then the opportunities are going to present themselves, and that's exactly what happened. It just took a little bit longer than I think they wanted. Yeah. But patience is a hell of a virtue.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that Game 7 on when I was talking to you last night, right after I got off the phone with you?
Which I forgot to call you back.
It's all good. But I didn't want to watch hockey. It was already 4-1 Edmonton. I was watching it in French, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. So I was like, I'll read a book or whatever. It was already 7 o'clock.
Nothing against the French speakers.
No, nothing at all.
Or the guy sitting next to him.
Or the 4 Frenchmen we have here. Love you guys. But it's called Game 7, and it's on Amazon. And it's episode 1 is the Yankees, Red Sox, American League Series when the Yanks were down 3-0. Came back and won all, and Aaron Boone hit the home run. Next one was Game 7, 1987, Oilers, Flyers. And they talk about process in this. And it's awesome. Like you can learn. I learned from that stuff. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So I turned it on. I watched 2 episodes. And I went to bed about 8:45. But I was it's worth watching. It's really worth
I'll
watching.
check it out.
It's called Game 7.
Game 7.
Yeah. And I think there's 6 or 7 episodes. Okay. Different stories. I don't know who the third one was, because when Gretzky was off, I just said, all right, I'm going. I'm done.
So, Joe, this weekend for you, you're off to Amarillo, taking off Manana.
Yeah. Manana.
I guess Thursday when this
10
airs. So
a.m.
today,
Because
this airs tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it would be today. You're leaving Thursday morning. For all us uneducated folk up here.
Catching on to that.
No, I know. I get it, man. But you're leaving Thursday,
Yes.
8 o'clock-ish. No, you're skating.
Practice at 8, leaving at 10.
So bus
Yeah.
is at 9.
Yes. Bus loads at 9, yeah.
Yeah, we're figuring all this out.
Yeah.
Amarillo, haven't played them yet this year. What are your thoughts?
They got a new coach.
That they do.
And they've had a lot of new coaches here in the last, I guess you could say, they had RA and they had who before RA?
Yeah.
Hoodie.
Yeah.
Hoodie retired, then RA
They
came
had
in
Austin for a month, and now I'm not even sure the gentleman's name, but watched a lot the last couple days.
Yeah. Big team?
They started out all world. I think they were at one point, they were 8-0,
Yeah, they did.
and now they're under 500,
Yeah.
I believe. Or right at 500.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think there's like 6 of us right at 500.
Well, we're 2 games above now. So
Right.
don't put us in that category.
So
don't ever do that again.
Well, it freaking changes so much, man.
No, I know.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm
I'm going to tell you.
Put it this way.
Keep talking. I'm looking.
Well, put it this way: when you understand the other coach a little bit, a lot of guys don't go from one extreme to the other. So you have an understanding without seeing them what their tendencies are. I know from a pre-scout perspective, this week's probably, the best job I've done with a pre-scout, because I don't know this guy. I know nothing. Like usually if it's Dan.
That could be a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great thing. You should do that regardless of who you're playing. But when you've played these guys, Dan and I have played one another probably literally 100 times.
Right.
Like there's some changes,
Sure.
but they're subtle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're not major, So this being a major league change, we're prepared. We have tomorrow to finish. So I'm excited. I know they're big. I thought originally that they were going to be really, really good, and I was sort of happy for them.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what's going on, but we're certainly going to have a better idea come 10 o'clock Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure. So they are 500, 9-9.
They are.
We're 10-8, so we're over 500, obviously. And then there's 4 below 500. So, but it's tight. From literally third place to last place, you're talking 4 points. That's crazy. You know, so it's really
Parity.
tight. You know, absolutely. And we're not too far off out of first too. So it's right there. They're going to be good. They have been.
They're
going to be big. They'll play physical.
Like,
and then
look
you're
at
going to go to sleep in that barn too.
Look at the team. Yeah, it's a big arena. Look at New Mexico's. They're on a roll since they whacked us twice.
Yep.
You know, Odessa. They're not bad. I think they're better than we were a year ago. In Colorado, like Oklahoma, a week ago or 2 weeks ago was 3-10.
Yeah. So everyone's coming around. You know, Corpus is doing good. 13-4. They got a lot of guys back. A lot of 20-year-olds on there.
Yeah, that's an old team, but they're going to be a good hockey team for sure. And then Lone Star, they are
what they are.
They're what they are. They're going to be there every year.
So it'll be a good test this weekend for sure. Mikey, you're off to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You gonna have some fans of yours coming out there?
Yeah, I got a couple buddies. Some of my old coaches are coming out. They're going to come watch the game and going to be able to grab some dinner with them, hopefully. And they're excited. So
that's good.
Should be good.
So that'll be interesting up there. It's a new arena.
What's that?
Leave Steve to babysit.
Oh yeah, Steve's in charge as well.
God help us.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You said new arena?
Yeah, it's you're playing a new one, brand new.
Brand new.
They just crack it when they crack in September. What?
Yeah, September this year. It was the first time it opened. Yeah, it's a practice facility for the East Coast team. It's owned by the same ownership group, and then they put the junior team in there. 2-sheet facility. It's nice. Really nice.
Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, no, like so it'll be good. Tulsa's obviously the expansion team, and they're I'm not going to say struggling, but they're struggling. Mm-hmm. It'll be.
We're not going to say it though.
I'm not going to say they're struggling, but man, they're struggling. No, but you know what I mean. For an expansion team, I'm not saying it's expected, but there's challenges. We went through our year one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they're plugging away. You know, obviously, that's hopefully a 6-point weekend for you.
You would hope. I mean, they got one. I mean, they're at home. They got special jerseys. They let me know this weekend, so you know they're going to be fired up. And you know, if you're Tulsa, you're looking at El Paso and you're saying, okay, they're 6-11.
They have Mike Rivera behind the bench.
Yeah, he's going to go to sleep, and so you're thinking, hey, if we can steal some games from somebody, these guys are one of the to them low hanging fruit, right? So you're going to get their best without a doubt, right? Like that's what they're thinking. If I'm their coach, that's what I'm telling them. Like, hey,
you're going to get their best every day.
Oh yeah,
every day. It's just a matter of whether you break their will.
There you
go. Right? You got to break their will. You know, in the first period, it's like, hey, boys, we're coming.
Belief and hope is a hell of a thing to.
And the longer you keep them hanging around,
the worse it's going
to get.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to break their will. Yeah,
100%.
Guys got to learn how to win a lot and obviously learn how to lose.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're playing a team that's struggling a bit, you get up a bunch, then you get that confidence in the game 2 and 3 could be good. We saw that last week or 2 weeks ago in Atlanta.
Exactly. And like the biggest fear as a coach going into a weekend like this in games that you quote unquote should win, right? The habits. Them starting to get away from the process and the details because you know what? You start looking past it and start getting away from it. You got New Mexico coming into town the following week,
that.
And then you got to go on the road to the Brahmas. And so it's about getting better each game this weekend and focused on that more so than the wins. Because the wins will take care of themselves if you stick to the process.
Well, it's funny. So I was talking to Ritter last night, and I said to him, "Hey, who do you got this weekend?" He goes, "We're going to Cedar Rapids on Friday, and we got Des Moines back at home Saturday night." And that's the 4th time in 5 games they've had Des Moines. Well, they've beat them all three times. Mm-hmm. So he goes, "Yeah." He goes, and they're going to come in here with like a bag of bricks. He goes, "Because if we don't come out." He goes, our guys are already thinking it's point night.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's that. It's so simple to
get that.
And I don't mean that he was, you know, he's been around a lot listening to me where, you know, as a 17-year-old, he didn't figure that out on his own. but that's what happens, right? You like, oh, man, these
We've
guys
all
aren't
been
very
part
good.
of it.
Oh, my God.
As players.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boys, look we got 4 in our first 5. Let's get her.
These guys are terrible.
Yeah. Right? I could just imagine.
Then dude.
Guys start leaking the zone. There's no tracking. It's just
I can stop at A&W for 2 whistle dogs. Instead of the regular one with onion rings as a pregame.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the 4:30 pregame, too, eh?
On the way.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, I got to eat.
Yeah.
Pull in here.
Yeah. That's funny.
And it's true.
Yeah.
100% true, man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't have.
When I
I
was in
don't need
college-
an afternoon nap today. We can.
Oh,
we
man.
can. Yeah.
When I was playing college, I had better things to do than schoolwork, and usually planning the festivities after the game.
Post game, yeah.
Team meetings everywhere.
Yeah, first guy to get kicked out's got to go buy the beer and get the showers hot, right? Yeah.
we used to go to Cowboys. You've been to Cowboys,
Yeah,
right, in Calgary?
yeah, Calgary,
Huge
yeah.
bar, and I won't get into details, but if you
It's
left
fantastic.
there by yourself, there's problems.
Uh,
So the Barbie song,
Yeah. I've
right?
heard it.
So this bar is massive. There's like 3 levels to it, just huge. We always had a rule that when this Barbie song came on, there was a particular bar, like a little area in the bar. The last guy there had to buy a round. So it didn't matter what you were doing. You would just be talking to whoever and see ya. And get to this. And if you're the last dude, you're buying.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. I miss college, man. It was a good time. Anyway, sorry, get off
I
track
missed
there a
it
little bit
entirely.
early.
No, you're good. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where we're at.
No, just your weekend, man.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
No. Yeah, no, looking forward to it. Looking forward to going to that. I've never been to the new rink. I've just seen pictures of it, and so
It looks pretty nice.
excited to go see it and be back in Oklahoma. See a couple friendly faces and have our ex-coaches or my ex-coaches critique my team right now. So
Well, that's
that'll be
good. It'll be good. And Joe, it'll be a good test for you, obviously.
yeah. I'm
But
looking at
you
this
got
team
got
like
4
they're-
weekends. Your next
like
4
they're-
weekends are tough.
Yeah. Oh, it's never easy.
Well, they're never easy.
no, but
You know what I mean.
yeah, I'm looking at this team as the team that was 8-0.
Did you hear that?
That was a net getting hung up.
Yeah,
maybe.
I know it was ringing under my butt here.
Well, do you
It was-
remember months ago when we had that earthquake in Odessa?
Earthquake in Odessa?
Yeah, it was like I don't know. It's like probably 6-7 months ago. I was in my office and I'm like, it felt like somebody hit something downstairs because it just suddenly shook and I'm like, what? And then it did again and I'm like, I went downstairs and Andres was there. I'm like, did you hit something? He's like, no, man, but did you feel that? I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and they say fracking doesn't cause earthquakes.
Doesn't, man. Come on, Kamala.
Landman.
Come on, man.
We should have a TV.
I lived in Oak City, like
Whatever.
We should have a TV 5-minute segment on good TV.
TV reviews.
Yeah. What's up? Oh,
Landman.
man.
For those of you out there who want to watch good TV show,
Speaking
Landman.
speaking of fracking in Odessa,
Yeah.
man.
Yes. How cool was that show?
It was really good.
Yeah, it was, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it was good.
Yeah.
So it's
I need to watch it. Yeah, he's told me about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It was, he always comes up. I'm like, so Joe, what's good? Because for whatever reason, you always seem to know what's going on.
I do.
You know what I mean about good
It's
shows.
called Living Alone.
It's called
It's called
living alone.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
3 feet away from your TV.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's when you get home at 5 o'clock and then there's a hockey game on and then it's 7:30 and being from the East Coast,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it's time to go to bed, right? Because it feels like it's 9:30, right? The game's over, you go to bed. Well, now all of a sudden you got 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, what am I doing? You
Yeah.
know? And like you have some dinner at 5, you're watching the game, you're doing whatever, right? And then all of a sudden 7:30 and everything's cleaned up and you're eating. You're just like, wait, now what? Oh, you got to find something. So you throw it in the Googler
Yeah.
and you come up with something. So my mom too is a widow and she's at home. She loves TV. So I call my mom once in a while too. She usually's on the end.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's a good show.
Well, good, man.
But this weekend, I'm looking at them as they're 8-0 because the last time I really watched them like live was at the showcase. And I think they come in there. Were they not 6-0 when they came in there, or 4? Or when I watched them, they were 6-0, I think. And I thought they were a nice hockey team. They're a big team. You know what's going on there now? I mean, it's no different than anybody else. You know, like you can be 14-2 right now, and it feels good. And who cares? You know, like you want to be 14-2 when it matters.
Yeah.
You know, and right now it don't matter. We got months of hockey left, and that's really the focus with our group is. You know, they've shown us we can be really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, we can be a good team. But they've also shown us that there's days that they don't want to play the game. And they certainly don't want to play it, you know, the Rhino way. And that's the disappointing part. But for the rest, you know, it's just keep working, keep getting better, you know, keep growing. And that's been the message for our group. A little bit, we're not young, but you know, I know we got 606s and a couple of 05s and an 07 and the rest are 20, but I think half of our team is pretty young and the other half is 20, but they're an interesting group. You know, they're good kids, but they need to find the consistency button at some time here.
Well, hopefully it's this weekend and gets you 4 in a row. And best of luck to you, Joe, this
Thank you.
weekend. We'll
Thank
keep
you.
her short. Mikey, best of luck to you.
Wait, I got one thing we got to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Can we talk about the Big Texan?
Yes,
Sure.
Okay.
we're going there.
Yeah. Sherm's going to take on the 72-ounce steak challenge.
Wow, good for you. I bet you can do it.
That's what we said. Yeah.
Hey, she takes some pictures.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna send them to you for you to post.
Yeah.
He just said to me that or Mikey was in there earlier, and he was like, "Hey, you got to send me some pictures." I'm like, "Oh yeah," because I've seen that, and that is literally, it's a roast beef that you'd buy for your family,
That's a big
Your family of 6, not your family of
72
4.
ounces.
It's 4.5 ounces. Pardon me, It's 4.5 pounds.
And then he's got to eat the baked potato, the shrimp cocktail, and what else?
I'm sure there's a whole
Salad
spread.
and the bun. You got to eat the bun, like the
Well, good for
the
him.
dinner roll.
And then
I
it's
bet
free.
she can do it.
I bet you he can too.
Yeah.
That guy can.
I'm going to take it. He can do it.
If he doesn't do it, it's going to be the closest that.
It'll be $150 meal, but other than
No, it's 72
72.
bucks, buck an ounce.
so oh, got it. Yeah, yeah.
It's free if he finishes it though.
Well, send pictures, Joe.
Yeah. We are.
Well, good luck.
We asked the players this morning. We said, hey, we'll give her the, like what it would cost us for a meal, but you guys got to pay the rest, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and Sherm's like, I walk in, I said, okay, you guys really into this? Because Sherm came in and said, oh, yeah, there they are. And I was like, no, I'm going out. And he goes, they're all doing it. He goes, we're all doing it. And I said, no, you're not.
No way.
I said, you're not doing it. I said, you know how long we'd be there for? They would literally we'd have to like pre-order it now.
The guys would
Because
be
it takes like 45 minutes for you to
skating
bring
like
for them to
bags
bring you
of
the
poop.
meal.
Yeah, you don't want 25
Like,
guys
our
with the
whole
meat
team will
sweats.
have eaten before he even starts. Like he'll have to sit up there and on the booth.
the whole thing.
Yeah, and then because it's an elevated type thing, right? And you have to sit up there and they have to put the timer on but we'll be done our meal, so we'll all be standing there as he goes to town. So it'll be funny. It'll be
Well,
good.
send some pics. Good luck to him. Good luck to you.
Thank
And
you.
good luck to you, fellas. And
Thank you.
We'll be in touch. Thanks for joining us. Actually, last thing, the winner of the free tickets
Mike Rivera.
Drum roll, please.
to Felipe Esparza is. Hang on, we have it right here, guys. Bear with me.
Hold on, technology.
Technology. I'm not very good at it, but
Buttons need to be bigger there, huh?
yeah, something like that. Anissa Cal 21. You are the winner. I'll make sure to reach out to you. But congratulations for the 2 tickets for Mr. Esparza comedy show, January 31st. So
It's awesome.
good
Cool.
luck.
Enjoy.
Until next week, guys. We'll talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you.